السلام عليكم يوكوسو في جابان بالدارجة. معكم عمر او
حمزة.
هاي. حبيب بكم في بودكاست اليابان بالدارجة، فين كنهضروا على اي حاجة يابانية. بليز ديروا سبسكرايب و لايك و شير. And today we'll be speaking in English, maybe some Japanese, because we have our first ever guest on the podcast, Kawano-san. Hello, sir.
はい、hello, こんばんは。
Hi.
川野です。よろしくお願いします。Thanks for having me tonight.
よろしくお願いします。
Thank you for
お願いします。
accepting our invitation.
Thank you.
So, how's the weather today? It must be
Oh,
hot.
yeah, it's great, but yeah, it's not as hot as usual. So I was able to go out with my wife, and then he had a great time today.
Yes.
That's good.
I made that remark because of the background you have.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm in Japan, but actually I'm now from Morocco.
I see.
Yes.
I'm just feeling a leg.
That's
But
good.
actually, yes, that's a good point. Actually, I took a picture of this when I was in Morocco.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Really?
this is your picture.
That's right. That's what I did.
That's good, really.
When I went to
Mitsuga?
not Maroc. Yeah, Mitsuga. That's right, Mitsuga.
Yeah.
Hamza is from Sahara, so he knows every place.
It's not 100% from Sahara, but
Yeah.
from Zagora.
So
So
near
half from
enough.
Zagora and like half Berber and half Sahara.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, first of all, would you please introduce yourself to our audience, Mr. Kawano?
Oh yes, I love to. Okay. So first of all, thanks for having me. Like I said, so my name is Gosuke Kawano. I was born and raised in Miyazaki, which is southeast part of Kyushu, and I'm now living in Chiba, which is next to Tokyo. And I'm now working for Morocco World News as a correspondent in Japan. So yeah, briefly, I was born and raised in Miyazaki until I was 18, and then went to the US and then came back to Japan about 3 years ago. So the reason why I wanted to be on this podcast, so I was offered to be on this podcast, is because I went to Morocco when I was in the university. So I am glad to share my experiences and how I fell in love with Moroccan culture. So
Great.
I love
That's
to be here.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, I have a question, please. Why did you visit Morocco? So good question for me.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. So the reason why I visited Morocco is because I had an opportunity to work for the Morocco World News company. So when I was in university, I was working for the news company as a writer. So I wanted to brush up my writing skills. That's why I got a job offer or the internship offer from the Morocco World News company. And then I decided to go there. And the reason why I decided to pick or choose Morocco is because I have been interested in learning both language, like Arabic and French, and also the culture, because Morocco is so diverse in terms of the religion and also the culture it offers. That's why I decided to go to Morocco.
That's great.
Well, just I want to know something. You learned the classical Arabic or just Darija?
I would say they are classic Arabic, but just a little bit. Yeah. So the only phrase I can say is like كيف حالك, كيف حالك, and shukran. That's about it.
Wow, it's a good thing. Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
So, imagine like people going, like even going from a city to another city, they might face some cultural shocks. Not really cultural shocks. They might be minor. Like for example, I feel like people going from Tokyo to Kansai region, they might hear the accent for the first time, or they see different food, etc. Or like for example, people from North America going to the south, going to Texas, and the accent and all. This is like in the same country, and they might see some differences. So for someone who's from Japan, like 1,200 kilometers away from Morocco, and this is just the distance. The cultural reach might be even farther. So for someone like you, what was some of the culture shocks that you experienced in Morocco?
Yeah, you're right on that. So I had I faced some like difficulties, cultural differences, and obviously the one of the most difficult I faced is because of language issues. So even though I was in the US and I'm still of course learning the English, but even though I was in the US and I had some confidence in my language skills, the English skills, but I struggled to communicate with Moroccan people in English because before I went to Morocco, I expected more people in Morocco to speak English. But when I actually got there, I was surprised about the fact that there are less people who can speak English in Morocco. So I was I had to face the fact that I had to speak some French or Arabic in order to communicate with local residents. So that's the first issue I had to deal with. And the second issue was that the food. Yes. So obviously, Japanese people like to have the rice. Every single day. Yeah.
Sure.
But the Moroccan people like bread almost every single day. Besides like Friday lunch, they eat couscous.
Yes, exactly.
So
I can understand you, sir.
Right.
I can understand.
So actually, like when I was staying at the with my host family, for the first like 2 or 3 weeks, I could stand that. But after that, to be honest, like I was kind of tired of eating every single meal, like bread. Yes, so I was kind of sick of it. Yeah. So that's the main culture shocks. I was facing.
So this is interesting. So like for Hamza, now you've been in Japan for 3 years or 4 years. So in Morocco, you were eating bread like me, and I'm still eating bread.
For sure.
Yes.
Every day.
But now in Japan, do you prefer bread like us Moroccans or rice like Mr. Kawano?
Honestly, the first year I think when I came to Japan, it was really hard year because I couldn't like eat the rice every meal, every day, every single day, like eating rice. So I tried to cook or to make bread by myself. It was not what I need actually. But now I used to like eat rice every day, plus bread of course. I eat bread also, rice and bread. So that's not
so like
big,
it's the same.
No.
It's the same thing with the Kawano-san. Like he said that bread. He got tired of it, and you like rice. Got tired of it.
Yes. I do this. I ate the both. The bread and the rice as well.
Health-wise, I would imagine that rice is better.
Yeah, for me, you cannot drink like cup of tea with rice. You need bread, cake, something like. It's not really good for me. But when you come to Japan, you should be like Japanese, like eat Japanese food. You should be used to the Japanese culture. Okay. So we go to the next question. I don't know if you faced any similarities between the Japanese culture and the Moroccan culture.
Found any similarities? Yes.
So actually, that's a tough question. So I had to think about that. So because Morocco and Japan are quite different, but actually, like when I thought about that, the one thing I find something in common is that in Morocco or the Moroccan people, they are quite polite. So even though, like I said, I couldn't communicate with Moroccan people in their native language. But when I got acquainted with Moroccan people, the more I got to know people there, the more they showed their respect toward me, even though I'm from the different country. So that's why I found like something common between Japan and Morocco, because like you might know, Hamza, like Japanese people are considered as like a polite people in the world. But I found that the Moroccan people are also like very like caring about like other people and also polite. Like they tend to like show gratitude and then also respect when we get to know each other.
Yes.
So I think that's what I found something in common. And actually, the unique story, the personal experience that I found I can share is that. So I'm still working for the Morocco World News, and I gave the Japanese like souvenir to my manager, and then that was like about 3 years ago. But I got a text message from him, and he still has a Japanese souvenir in his office, and then he gave me the picture of the Japanese souvenir, and then saying that, hey Gosuke, I'm still having that the souvenir you give to me, and I'm still thinking about you and so on. So that like reminds me of how politeful and how how like respectful the Moroccan people are.
Yeah, that's a great point.
That's
So,
great,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah.
Did you like any things in particular that you liked in Morocco? Maybe like a city or a mannerism of Moroccan people, food, etc.
So the first thing I can say is I like the couscous. So yeah, so I was looking forward to the Friday's lunchtime every week.
Yes.
So
That's
actually,
great.
actually after I came back to Japan, I haven't eaten couscous yet. So I love to. So please let me know if you have if you know any restaurant where I can eat couscous.
Oh.
So and also I like the how do you call it? The goats. I tried that when I was in Mezuga.
I think
No, Mezuga, the Marrakesh. You know brain, right? Brain.
brain
المخ طاجين
with brain.
Yes, like animal's brain.
Oh, okay. Like sheep
Okay.
brain.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. That's great.
Quite tasty. Yes, I like it.
You know what? I've never tried that.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe even like some Moroccans don't like it that much.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Okay. Yeah, I loved it. I tried that. Yes.
And the Moroccan tea with mint.
Tea. Okay.
Ah.
So the thing is, like, as a Christian, actually, like my religion, we are not allowed to drink tea. So unfortunately, I don't.
Because like in Morocco and in Japan, tea is a big thing, right?
Right. Tea is a big thing. I know. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I cannot drink it. But most of my friends, they love drink tea, and also some of my friends recommended that I should drink it. But actually, unfortunately, I cannot.
Yeah. So
It's not bad. You tried the brain. It's more
Yeah, I tried the brain instead.
good.
so
Well, good.
I reached out to you because of this article that I saw on Morocco World News about this piece about bridging the gap between Morocco and Japan, and the person you interviewed was Hafsa Rifqi. I'm pronouncing her name right. So she said, and I'm quoting, having an intercultural awareness helps to broaden understanding between different cultures, and it helps deconstruct stereotypes and create a safe and healthy and welcoming ground for dialogue and enriching collaborations. I love these words so much, and from this quote, I would like to ask you, as a Christian Japanese, what was your image about Muslims before and after visiting Morocco?
Okay, good question. And I also thought that I used to have this like a seemingly like negative stereotype about like a Muslim people, because I used to think that Muslim people like tend to have like this closed mind about like the different ideas and different religion. Because like as a Christian, like I feel that I cannot be I cannot be part of the Muslim community because I'm a Christian. And then sometimes I feel that I can't even like be how can I say cast out or like even like be killed by Muslims. Yeah. So that's what like a media tries to put in your mind. Yeah. But like when I actually got to Morocco, like I was surprised about the fact that how openly they are trying to welcome me, even though I'm a Christian. Yeah, they don't really care about which religion. Yeah, but and also I know I got to make a lot of friends with Moroccan people, and then they are willing to show me around in the Moroccan community. So I'm really grateful that I was able to learn about the Moroccan culture and also about the fact that I don't have to be a Muslim. You have to be in the Muslim community. I can be anything. I mean, even though I'm a Christian, but religion doesn't matter. Yeah, we can still be united. We can still make friends, be friends, and then I just felt that the Moroccan people are open to different ideas and the different ethnicity.
Yes,
that's how I feel the most.
That's a great message, and us, we are example of that. Me and Hamza as Moroccans, we are open to like Japanese culture, but as you said, it's actually part of our teaching that we show people like our religion through our actions and through our like a kindness and goodness of heart, rather than the image that you said the media try to portray about Muslims and about Arabs. So that's a great message you just said.
That's really here I can say that like podcasts or YouTubers can make another message or can show other faces, like Omar said. The TVs or the news make us or show us just one point or one angle of like a news. Like you said that maybe if you go to Morocco as a Christian, maybe you got to be killed. But when you visit Morocco, you saw another thing, another life, another sort of life. I mean, even you're not Muslim, you can live between Muslims, right? So only like podcasts or channels can show these things, these informations. So me and Omar, we try to like know the Japan and the Japanese culture. Even it's not I would say even Japanese are not Muslims. We take anything from the Japanese and we make it, and we by our I would say Omar سيفت معنا شي حاجة助けてOmar じゃあ今日本語使っていいかな今回言いたいのがなんだっけ、宗教は関係ないんですけど、なんかテレビはいつもテレビが教えたいことだけでアップしてるんですけど、この場合ポッドキャストとか、YouTube チャンネルとかYouTuber が本当のこととか別のことを教えてくれるんですよね。でそれで私とオーマールさんが、もしできれば日本のカルチャーだけじゃなくて、何でも宗教は関係なくて何でも一緒に調べて探してまとめてアップしてますよね。で、供養時はポッドキャストはとっても大切だと思います。
Yeah, that's right.
これだけ伝えたかったんですよ。
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。Thank you. Yes, yes. I mean, you can say that you speak very good Japanese, so and then
not very good English though.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, he may look more like a Japanese than I do. And then I might look more like a Moroccan.
Okay, that's good.
But that's right, yeah, like you said, the media portrays only the parts of the truth, yeah. But as we actually get to Morocco, as we actually get to the country, we can see the whole, yeah, the entire part of the entire truth, yeah. So
Yes.
So it's important for us to be immersed, in the country, immersed in the truth, instead of like seeing just a bit part of the truth portrayed by the media. Yeah.
Yes, and I feel like we are different in many aspects, like language and the way we look, etc. But we can still live in the same world in peace if we, as Hafsa said, if we like understand each other and we are open to different ideas and understand how other people think. And just because you are different from me doesn't make you my enemy.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So now I will ask like any I would say stuff. So let's refresh my mind. Well, what kind of work you do for MoroccanWorldNews.com?
Yes. So like I said, right now I'm working for the Morocco World News company as a correspondent in Japan. And then what I do now is I'm in charge of interviewing people who are living, interviewing Moroccans who are living in Japan, so that I can get their perspective, their experiences living in Japan from the Moroccan perspective. So like how they feel about Japan and then how they feel about Japanese culture from the Moroccan perspective, and then report or write about their experiences and then publish it for the Morocco World News. And also another thing I'm doing for Morocco World News is that I'm in charge of writing about the finance topics and also the medical topics or education. Yes, those three: the finance and the medical and the education topics. Because when I was in Morocco, one thing I found, one thing I found about Morocco is that the people in Morocco are in need of good education system. So I like to write the stories about how the people in Morocco could get more education, both in Morocco and outside of Morocco. So I like to interview people who are going to school in Japan.
Yes.
And write about their experiences and then publish it on the Morocco World News, so that people in Morocco could get some insight and then probably get the opportunity to come to Japan to study.
If I understand this, maybe you are like the only Japanese correspondent working for a Moroccan news website, no?
Yes, as of now, yes, I'm the only one.
I also, like, while looking you up, I saw that you are a teacher. You teach in vocational schools.
Yes, yeah.
So, like, from your experience, you are more like in touch with the education and educational system. That's why you write about education. You are so interested in education.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
That's
so I've been teaching in Japan, and I haven't had a chance to teach in Morocco, but I mean, if I had a chance, I'd love to go. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
So we had so much fun talking to you, Kawano-san, and we talked about a lot of stuff about your stay in Morocco and the cultural things. Do you want to plug anything for our audience to
Oh yes, thank you. So yes, thanks for having me tonight. And then I look forward to interviewing anyone who are living in Japan or even from Morocco who are interested in being interviewed about these three topics or their experiences living in Japan. So please contact me on my Facebook or on Morocco World News. So
That's
search my name under
That's great.
under their search box, Gosuke Kawano, and then please get in touch with me. I look forward to hearing from you.
That's good.
So we had so much fun. Kawano-san, thank you very much for accepting our invitation, and maybe we can talk another day.
Okay,
Yeah, for
thank
sure.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Take care and good night.